Hear that? Can you guess what that mystery sound is? It's made by a special part of your body every second of the day and night. Do you need some more clues? Well, people sing songs about it. They sing about how they've lost their, and where they left their, and how their is breaking. But I'll bet you've guessed already, right away, even though you may not have known that it looked like this, that it's your heart beating over and over and over again, like the ticking of a clock. That sound you heard is the sound the doctor hears when he puts a stethoscope to your chest. How can you feel your own heart beating? Well, maybe if you're very still, you can feel it. Put your hand here, a little to the side, and press hard. You may have to slide it around a little bit to find it. Can you feel it beating? If it's a little hard to feel, remember, your heart is in a cage. It's protected inside your rib cage. Suppose your doctor took an X-ray picture of your chest. This is what you would see. The white things are the bones of your rib cage. And that dark shadow moving there, almost in the middle, is your heart. It sounds like the beating of a drum, doesn't it? Well, it may sound like a drum, but it works more like a pump. And the way a pump works is really very simple. Here's one kind of pump that pumps liquid from one place to another. Watch what happens if I squeeze and let go for a little bit. Whoa, there it goes. You see? It sucks up liquid from one bowl, up the tube, through the middle piece, out the other tube, and into the other bowl. Squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go. And did you notice this? That it's always moving in the same direction. This one way, like a one-way street. Your heart works in much the same way, your special pump, but with this special difference. It never can rest or stop. It has to keep pumping all day and all night. It only has to pump this much liquid, 5 quarts. But it has to keep pumping that over and over and over again, over 2,000 times in just one day. But your heart doesn't pump colored liquid. What does it pump? Gasoline? Air? No? What then? Your blood. That's right. Let's take a closer look at your heart, your own special pump. Probably the first thing you noticed is that it's not shaped like a Valentine heart. As you can see, it's not pointed at one end, and it's not evenly shaped. In fact, it's rather lopsided. And your heart isn't this big either. This is a giant-size heart. But how big is yours? Make a fist. Good. Look at it. Your fist is about the size of your heart, and my fist is about the size of my heart. My heart is bigger than your heart because hearts grow as people grow. Now, your heart doesn't have hooks on it, but it is hollow like this one. In fact, your heart is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4 parts or rooms. And there are doors between the rooms, here and here, that help keep the blood moving in the right direction. These doors are called valves. And you might be interested to know that the lub-dub sound your heart makes is really the sound of these valves, opening and closing, letting the blood go through. And what is your heart with its 4 rooms made of? Well, think now. What is it that makes your arms move, and your fingers wiggle, and your eyes blink? What is it? Muscle. That's right. Your heart is made of muscle too. And this amazing muscle, your heart, works in a way like this. When the muscle walls of your heart relax, blood rushes into them. Blood rushes into the heart. And when the walls contract or squeeze together, the blood is pushed out. The walls go out, in, out, in, out, in. Why don't you try it? Look, like this. Maybe you can even hear or feel the sound of the air being pumped out of your hands. But that's air. What about your blood? How does it get in and out of your heart? Let's see if we can find any special openings in the heart that would let the blood go in and out. Just want to put it together first. Okay, what are these tube-like things? Here, and here, and here. Raise your hand if you think they have something to do with letting the blood in and out of your heart. Okay, hands down. You're absolutely right. These things are blood vessels, and blood vessels are the tunnels or the pipes that all your blood goes through when it travels throughout your body. There are some blood vessels that bring blood to the heart. They're called veins. And then there are other blood vessels that carry blood away from the heart, and they're called arteries. Now, your heart has more than one opening. Let's see. Right here, there's an opening that lets blood come into the heart. That's a vein. And then, right about here on the inside is an opening that lets blood go out of your heart. And that's an artery. When your heart beats, what it does, it squeezes blood out and into the arteries in a sort of spurting way, like the hand pump did with the colored water. Remember? You can feel your own blood spurting by putting your thumb and your fingers right here. See if you can feel the two large arteries that go up to your head and that feed your brain. Can you feel the blood pumping? Okay, when you do, start counting aloud and stop when you reach 8. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, everybody stop. If you could look through a microscope at a blood vessel, this is what you would see. Look at that. You can see the separate blood cells moving along. Isn't that amazing? And look at this. You can actually see the pulse of the blood as the heart pumps it. It moves in a stop-and-go sort of way, like traffic. The blood in your blood vessels has to carry food and oxygen and water to all the cells in your body. Your brain cells, your muscle cells, bone cells, your skin cells, all the cells. And the blood also has to carry away the waste materials that all those cells make. If your blood stopped moving, either everywhere or in just one part of your body, the cells would begin to die. So, blood vessels have to go to all parts of your body. They run from your heart like roads and highways. Some of them go into your arms, and others go down to the lower part of your body and branch into your legs. Along the way, the roads turn into streets and side streets and alleys and footpaths. The blood vessels get smaller as they go away from the heart, and they get larger as they feed back toward the heart. Some of them are no thicker than your thumb. Well, as thick as your thumb. And others are thinner than a hair. I know. Take just one hair on your head and feel it, just to remind you how thin that is. Thin? That's right. But not all are that thin. Some of them you can see. Now let's see. Where could you see them? Yes, all right. Let's try our arms. Make a fist. That helps. and see if you can find the blood vessels near your wrist, the ones the doctor uses when he takes your pulse. Do you feel those little lines there? All right, well, follow them up your arm toward your elbow. There they go. Now, this is interesting. They get a little bit thicker, and there are fewer of them as they go up your arm. You see, these are veins that are heading back towards your heart. And then, well, finally, they just disappear, and you can't see them anymore. But you know they're there, just as you know your heart is there, pumping your blood all around your body. In fact, your heart was beating inside you even before you were born, when you were just a baby growing inside your mother. And it will still be beating inside you, doing its important job, when you are an old lady or an old man. Your blood is somewhat like this little engine. That sound funny? The little engine here has a battery inside it that keeps it moving, just as your heart keeps your blood moving. Making round trips to all parts of your body. Never stopping. It goes round and round. Picking up water and fuel in your intestines. And picking up oxygen in your lungs. And delivering these things to all the other cells in your body. Oh, yes. And picking up waste to carry it away. On and on and on it goes, driven by that mighty muscle, your heart.
All About You is a project of the Agency for Instructional Television.